Hello, Instagram fam. I don't know if I can get away with that yet, can I? How are we? It's Thursday. That means tonight on the WWE Network, it is NXT UK. We've got a great episode for you tonight. And this evening, ahead of that episode, I'm going to be talking to a superstar who features very heavily on this week's show. I have former NXT UK Tag Team Champion Mark Andrews joining me. How are we all this evening, this afternoon? Where are you joining us from? Let us know where you are watching from. Are you in the UK? Are you in the States? Are you around the world? Let us know. Also, if you've got any questions for Mark Andrews, fire them in. Give them to us. We're going to be asking Mr. Andrews some of your questions in a few minutes' time. So, let's see if I can get Mr. Andrews on here. Will the power of the internet, will the power of Instagram bring me Mark Andrews? Yes!
Andy boy!
I love it when this works.
How are we doing, man? You good?
I'm good. Let me just turn my volume up there. Now I can hear. That beard is something to behold.
Look at that. That's what,
Have you trimmed that whatsoever?
I have trimmed it a few times, but I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of getting used to the larger beard. But the hair as well. Look at it. That's the longest it's been in a long time. I was going to try and hide behind the cap, but...
Tell me about this. Look at that. Look at that bit of hair there. That was zero. That was zero at the start of March. And now I've got I can almost
That's
eat
long.
that.
You suit the long hair.
Yeah, it's been 4 months. This has been 4 months. Is the beard going to stay? Is it?
I mean, it's definitely going to stay. Whether I keep it at this length or not, that's up for debate. You know, I feel like I've caught up with Trent Seven now. You know, his is about this length.
Yeah.
Have you
seen Noam Dar's beard?
Yeah, his is impressive. He might be even further in the beard timeline than I am.
I think you, Tyler, and Noam have really made some beard gains during this lockdown. It's been impressive to see.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah,
let's talk about lockdown, because hey, whenever I do these, it's great because it really is me catching up with you guys along with the rest of the NXT universe, because we haven't heard from you, in several months on a WWE platform anyway. So, how are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm really good. I mean, I'm missing the wrestling ring is what I'm doing. You know, every single day I'm wishing that I could be having a match, to be honest. But it has been nice to kind of, I guess, rest up some aches and pains and some little nagging injuries here and there and stuff like that. But now, it's been too long now, and I'm just dying to get back in a ring. I've been watching NXT every single week, and I'm jealous that I don't get to be in a ring, to be honest, doing what I love. But other than that, I'm good. I've just been working out, made a little home gym for myself, which is good, and playing some music and stuff, and just enjoying the nice weather that we have in Britain, which is very rare.
Well, on and off nice weather. It's literally bucketing down outside where I'm at the moment.
Really?
It's pouring down here in London. I don't know what it's like.
It's sunny in Wales. It's
really?
In Wales, so.
Well, you've lucked out. You've lucked out. Is this the longest you've had off from in-ring action, apart from when you've had an injury or something to recoup from?
Yeah, I think even including injuries, this is probably the longest. I think at most in the 15 years I've been doing this, the longest I've been out of a ring, I think, is maybe about 3 months. So we're because of injury. So I think this is about to overtake it. So yeah, it's weird for me.
One thing I've asked a lot of the NXT UK superstars who've been joining me on these is, are we going to see a different competitor when you come back into the ring? A lot of your counterparts have said they spent this time, of course, to physically recuperate, but also, just mentally, psychologically, to think about what they want, how they're going to go about things inside that squared circle. What kind of Mark Andrews are we going to see when we eventually get you back inside a ring?
Yeah, as you said, it's going to be a completely different Mark Andrews. I mean, I'm keeping all the good stuff I had before, but it's going to get even better, because the thing is, I was speaking to Flash Morgan Webster. I speak to him most days, but we've been talking about how, having all this time, but the thing that we have most at the moment is time. We have time to think about stuff. I've gone back and I've watched loads of my matches over the last few years from NXT UK, and it's this is time that you don't normally have to kind of focus on your game. Normally you're kind of rushing from match to match, and kind of everything's not necessarily a last minute thing, but you almost don't have the time to sit and look around. And now I've had, again, almost 15 weeks now kind of focus on my game and look back at my past matches, look at my mistakes. And now going forward, like, I'm ready to make a few changes, and I'm just ready to get back into it, like, full throttle, to be honest. Because, to be honest, me and Flash, we've been saying, like, when we get back the NXT UK Tag Team Championships, that's what we're focused on right there. There's no more messing around. We want them back around our waist. That's it.
Well, let's talk about some of the matches you've had, because when someone makes an NXT UK highlight reel right now, there's a lot of you and Flash in there. Let's be completely honest. Let's talk about some of the matches which for me, really stand out. Let's rewind, first of all, to TakeOver Cardiff, where you and Flash became the first Welsh champions in WWE history. Do you recall that night? I'm sure you do. And the feeling that you boys had when those titles were put around your waist.
Oh, I mean, it was just amazing. It was the best night of my life. You know, things couldn't have added. It felt too good to be true. Things couldn't have added up more perfectly. You know, even down to the little things. You know, it was in our hometown in Cardiff. We became the first Welsh champions in history of WWE, and then even on top of that, it was a takeover for the first time a takeover had happened in Wales. On top of that, like, the theme song for the show was one that my band had made. So it was literally like everything had lined up. It felt too good to be true. And I still look back at that. And I think that me and Flash have been trying to chase that magic that we felt that night ever since. You know, that was such a high. I'm not sure if it'll ever be topped, if I'm honest. But we're going to be chasing for something to top that. Because once you've experienced something like that, you know, you need to feel it again, to be honest.
And another match that's going to go down in history is the first ever tag team ladder match in NXT UK history. So you guys took part in a TakeOver Blackpool too. And again, when there's a highlight reel made of all the action we've had in NXT UK, there's a moment where you and Flash are up that ladder together and you come off it. It still to this day gives me goosebumps. Let's talk about that match. That's got to be up there on your list.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. I mean, for a performer like myself and like Flash as well, a ladder match, that's in our element. You know, like, we grew up watching those matches with the Dudleys, the Hardys, Edge and Christian. You know, they've been my favorite matches ever since I was a kid. So to be a part of not only that type of match, but the first tag team ladder match that happened in NXT UK, like, that was an honor in itself. But more importantly than that, it was just so much fun. You know, it was a human playground in a situation like that. And, you know, I hate to say it, but maybe I almost took my eyes off the prize at some moments because I was so excited to be a part of it. And I just wanted to, you know, go in there and really sink my teeth into that environment. But it's definitely one that I'll remember forever. And to be honest, I wish every single match I had was a ladder match. I
mean, I don't know how long your career would last if every match you had.
I'm willing to do it, brother. Yeah.
One of the great things about WWE at the moment is the fact that so many superstars are moving between brands. There's this kind of fluidity, which is really nice. There's some really interesting matchups that are being created because of this. Now, of course, you and Flash are a real part. You're a real driving force here at NXT UK. But we've seen you on other brands. What are some dream matches across the entire WWE landscape for you guys? Well, actually, you both as a tag team, but also yourself as an individual.
So as a tag team, I mean, two names come straight to mind, and the first is Undisputed Era, because I want to get in a tag match with any of those four guys. However, you know, if it was Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, I want that tag match, and that's something that me and Flash have wanted for a long time. And then on top of that, you've got Lucha House Party, and I'd love to step in the ring with those guys, whatever the brand it would be. You know, I remember we always wanted to kind of cross paths back when those guys were on 205 Live, and I obviously did some stuff there as well. And I had my fingers crossed that at some point, you know, I would cross paths with one of those guys, and it never happened. So that's another one on my list right there. And then you talk about, you know, dream matches for me in singles competition. I mean, there's two on the list that have been in my mind from years ago, from even way before I started here at WWE, and that's Sami Zayn and Cesaro, because those two guys I need to get in the ring with and have a singles match at some point. Two guys that I looked up to all throughout my career, and kind of like based a lot of my work on those two as well, and the matches that I used to study of theirs back when I first started training 15 years ago. So yeah, so those two are my top dream matches.
Amazing. I just want to go into some of the comments here. First of all, we've got people watching this from around the world. There's people watching from Ecuador, Portugal, Algeria, across in Florida, in Massachusetts. Mark, you're bringing in the crowds tonight.
Everyone's, yes, it's sunny Wales. Sunny Wales is bringing in the rest of the world.
Also, I've got a note here from a certain Shane Thorne. He says he wants a title match against you. Which title? That's to be seen. But he would love a match against you. How do you react to a comment like that from Shane Thorne?
Hey, if he brings the title, yeah, I'll have the match, you know. Yeah, definitely, yeah. No, Shane Thorne, you know, I think we've only been in the ring together once, I think, and I think that was a battle royal environment. And as the bell rung, he caught me straight away with a big chop to my chest. So, yeah, don't think I've forgotten about that, Shane Thorne. So I'll happily get in the ring with you, yeah, one more time. Hopefully one-on-one next time, anyway.
Hello, Mr. Thorne. Thank you for tuning in. Another question here from Johnny Litty, 45. Not very good with names. Would you rather face Brock Lesnar or The Fiend?
Oh, give me Lesnar.
It's tough, isn't it?
Give me Lesnar. Come on.
Okay. I would take all my money for Mark Andrews versus Brock Lesnar.
I mean, I'm fast, you know? Like, he's big, but I am fast. Yeah.
I can only imagine how that match would go down. I mean, you'd have to move. You'd have to move, but wow, that would be I think that would be a showstopper.
I mean, I'll give it a go, you know? I'll go for it. Give me Lesnar.
What's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can happen? It'd be fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Re-debut him on NXT UK, you know?
Now, look, Mark, I want to talk about your other interests in the world because, of course, look, you're a very talented, world-class sports entertainer, but also you've got a few other talents under your belt. Some people might not know that you actually perform your own entrance music. You've got a band. As we said earlier, your band had the theme tune to take over Cardiff. How have you been enjoying your musical skills throughout this lockdown?
Do you know what? It's so easy with music because, like, you know, you don't need anything, really. I mean, it sucks that we haven't been on tour for the last 15 weeks. We had a tour booked for this time, and unfortunately that hasn't been able to happen. But, like, you know, my house is full of instruments. I got acoustic guitars all over the walls. I got a piano downstairs. So, like, I'm constantly playing music every single day. And I think that's one of the things that's been keeping me sane during all this time is being able to at least kind of work out and play music. So I'm very grateful for those things.
Now, you've obviously performed, you performed the Takeover theme tune, you perform your own theme tune. If you could write and perform a theme tune for any other WWE superstar, who would it be?
Oh, do you know what? I know I've already said he was my dream match, but Sami Zayn would be cool to write music for because he, you know, he's into the ska. You know, it'd be like a cool ska music. You know what? Let me give you a shot right here. What it'd be like? Like,
come on.
Sami Zayn. Yeah. There you go. All right.
Wow. We just got serenaded by Mark Andrews.
I mean, that was terrible, but you know, he can have it if he wants.
Now, that was an original piece we just heard there, which is great. Can you play any other superstars' entrance theme? Is there anyone you've got in your back pocket that you like to
Well, you know what? I was having a little fiddle around before this interview, and I was figuring out some of my favourite entrance themes.
Give it to us.
Start with this one. Well, it's the big show. Well, it's the big man show tonight. Well, it's the big show. Yeah. Don't know the words by ear, show tonight. And then the other one I was playing around with, which I'm not gonna lie, I regularly play this on piano to annoy my girlfriend. And it's this, right? Well, you know, I'm just a sexy boy, sexy boy. I'm not your boy, toy boy, toy. I'm just a sexy boy, sexy boy. I'm not your boy, toy. There we go. Elias, eat your heart out.
Amazing.
Right?
Amazing. I remember I used to have the CD with all the entrance tunes on, including Sean's. I'd have it on my CD player. That was my alarm clock. So every morning I would wake up to Shawn Michaels' entrance theme tune.
What a way to wake up. Put you in the mood right there.
What a way to wake up. That was amazing, by the way. I mean, no one can. We can't hear you, but round of applause for Mark Andrews. Thank you very much.
Thank you all. Thank you for putting up with that.
Got a few more questions coming in here for you. We got this one from Gavin Chan. Okay, this is a question that has been battered around a lot quite recently as well, and it's a tough one. I'm sorry to ask it, but the fans are asking it, so I've got to ask it.
Yeah, go for it.
Who is on your WWE Mount Rushmore?
Oh,
It's so tough.
Okay, so Michaels is up there, HBK. Austin.
Mm-hmm.
You got Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels. You know, I regularly have this conversation with other wrestlers, all the roster members of NXT UK, and it's always a big debate. But for me, we're gonna have Austin, Michaels, Cena.
Underrated sometimes. He doesn't get on there that much.
He doesn't.
That's a good choice.
And I mean, I guess I'm gonna throw in I guess it was earlier, like a Hogan, maybe Hogan. But I kind of want to just say The Rock. Because from my generation, a bit older, I love The Rock. So
I love The Rock. I think we all love The Rock. Great Mount Rushmore there. Got another question for you here. This is Juba. This is something I think you know about. Why does he think Saved by the Bell is better than Boy Meets World? Big question.
Well,
tough question.
The answer to that, Juba, is because it is better than Boy Meets World. Saved by the Bell had more riveting stories, better characters, and also I didn't watch Boy Meets World that much when I was a kid. But Saved by the Bell.
Have you seen Mario Lopez in recent years? He has not aged.
I met him at WrestleMania last year.
Oh wow!
And I really awkwardly I went into fan mode. You're trying to be all professional backstage and stuff, and then I saw him and I was like, "That's AC Slater from Saved by the Bell over there." And I awkwardly went over "Can I have a photo, please, Mister, Mario Lopez?" Yeah, it was really embarrassing, but it was really cool. I got my photo. So yeah.
I'm the same as you. I grew up watching Saved by the Bell. Big fan. I would definitely get a picture with Mario Lopez. Hey, let's talk about tonight's episode. Tonight is an episode where superstars are picking some of their favourite matches from our brand. Drew McIntyre, the WWE champion, has singled out a match involving you and the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne. That must be pretty cool to have someone who's at the top of the mountain here in WWE single yourself out in a match that he's enjoyed.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I mean, it's great because that's personally one of my favourite matches that I've ever had. And although it's bittersweet because I lost the match and I didn't go to the finals of the tournament, it's still one that I hold very closely to my heart. I've said it before, me and Pete traveled the world together and we started training. Pete's very first match was my fifth match. It was a singles between me and him back when he was 13 years old and I was 15. So the fact that I guess, 10 plus years later, we got to perform and debut on the same weekend in WWE and have that match. It was very, very important to me. The fact that Drew has picked that out is awesome because, what a compliment from the best there is at the moment, Drew is someone who, as well, I've known throughout my career, and he's always been amazing for giving advice to younger dudes and stuff like that. So the fact that he enjoys that match is a massive compliment. So yeah, thank you, Drew, for picking that match as well. I hope the rest of the world who hasn't seen it really enjoys it tonight as well.
Well, I'm sure they will. Of course, you can catch NXT UK tonight on the WWE Network, 8 o'clock in the UK. That's 3 o'clock in the Eastern Time Zone. Now, Mark, as you say, some people may not have checked out NXT UK before. You yourself, you wrestled around the world. What makes NXT UK so special and so unique? So
I think what makes it unique for me is that, this has been my home for, since I was a kid, I've lived here all my life. So it's normal to me. But then when I've traveled the world and seen other crowds, and there's amazing crowds and really famous crowds all around the world. You go places like Philadelphia or California, and very, very, or Germany, for example, and the crowds are known for being crazy hot out there. But in the UK, it's high energy. It's a hot crowd wherever you go, And I feel like this country had a lot of talent that was almost long overdue in terms of getting the exposure and getting the platform that they deserved. So now NXT UK is here. It actually gives us that platform to suddenly, show off to the world. So it's a very unique situation where we've kind of been wrestling's best kept secret for so long. And now we're here and we're on a platform where the world can see us. And that's exactly what we've needed for so long. So yeah, it's just it's it's a very special atmosphere. And I think the match that's going up tonight of Lee vs. Pete, that's a great example of it, because that match had happened all over the country, all over America too, and all over Europe so many times. But I feel like that match was the best example of it. You know, it happened at its peak in that UK tournament the first time.
And of course, as we say, this match is from the UK tournament over 3 years ago now. For you, who is someone who's helped build this industry over here, to now see, it really is an explosion that we've had with NXT UK, global eyes, takeover moment. Has this time, this lockdown time, given you a chance to stop it and look back on all you and your peers have achieved over the last few years? You know, literally taking the world by storm.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's funny, you know, talk about it's been 3 years ago, and like, even just looking at us, you can see how young. I can tell you for one thing, I don't have the beard 3 years ago. It's a lot shorter. But you look at Pete Dunne in that match, and he looks like a baby compared to how he looks like now. You look at Tyler Bates, same thing. He looks so young compared to now. Guys like Trent Seven, we all look completely different. And it's crazy to think that there's guys in that tournament who, back then, I guess it was the first foot in the door for the WWE and their debut and a chance to make make an impact. But fast forward 3 years and an even bigger impact has been made. You know, there's so much more that has happened, as you said, like not just the takeovers, but like even before NXT UK NXT UK became an official brand. You know, you have matches like Pete vs. Tyler from Chicago at Takeover out there. You know, you have all the year before NXT UK began, where we were traveling back and forth to America, trying to get the UK's name on the map. And it's just a lot of history has been made in the last 3 years since that tournament.
A lot of history has been made, and no doubt a lot of history will continue to be made by yourself, by Mark, by Flash Morgan Webster, by the rest of the NXT UK roster. Mark, we're just 8 minutes away from tonight's episode, so I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let all our viewers go and get a cup of tea, get a brew on before they watch tonight's show. Mark, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you. Thank you for serenading us all as well. I'm sure that's going to be shared all across the internet. That was something fantastic.
Thank you for bearing with me on that. You know, I appreciate it. I'm not going to pretend it's any good, but thank you for listening.
Hey, it was music to my ears, so thank you very much. Mark Andrews, thanks for taking the time to join us. Can't wait to see you back inside the squared circle very soon.
Cheers, brother. Have a good one.
Thank you too, mate. Take care. Bye.
Cheers, man.
Mark Andrews, that was amazing. That was amazing. He just serenaded us all with the Big Show's theme song. Fantastic. Remember, tonight you can catch NXT UK on the WWE Network in just 7 minutes time. If you're in the US, that's going to be at 3 o'clock Eastern time zone here, 8 o'clock in the UK. Thank you so much for joining me. I've been Andy Shepherd. I will see you next week for more NXT UK action right here on the Instagram page. Take care. Stay safe. Goodbye.